Hello in Bartonella world. Happy fall. Well, maybe for some of them, or some of us. But let's face it, fall's our season when we start feeling like crap. Actually, any season change will do that. I still haven't felt good myself all year round because I did have the hercs earlier in the year. And then I caught what I thought was COVID, though the test came back negative, but I don't know my opinions on test results. Here nor there. It's not been an easy year. Um, then the summer was extremely hot, but I didn't have too many problems with that because I knew to come inside and avoid the heat. But I'll tell you what's been going on. It's really weird that started last night. Now, I don't know if this is so much Lyme related, but let's face it, we all have neck problems. Any of us that have Bart, Lyme, Babesia, the whole shebang of things. We have neck problems. It is what it is. And a lot of us have the, I can never say this right, Lahermetes or Lahermetes or Lahermetes. It's basically where you put your head down like this and you get the jolts, like people with MS, to the head. And you can't really keep your head down for too long because you start having problems and then you feel all bleh, like you're out in the twilight zone afterwards for at least an hour. I had been crocheting. I just had the need to crochet, which is actually great for anybody that has this. If you become ADD from having this, whatever. But I would not suggest doing it for extended periods. What had happened last night when I was in bed is I woke up in the middle of the night and did my typical bathroom run, and then it's like everything from the bottom of my neck all the way to the top of my head felt cold. I'm like, what the heck is this? So I'm used to that cold feeling like in the back of your neck, so to speak, but not in my head. And then, of course, I'm touching my ears, and my ears feel kind of tingly and numb, almost like a neuropathy. So I'm like, okay, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to hop in the shower and put some heat on my head. Of course, we know better than to take extremely hot showers because that'll make us feel like crap. But I warmed it up a little bit, and I'm getting the heat on my head, and it's feeling good until I get out. Now I have a towel on my head, and my head's still feeling cold because it's like a neuropathy. So I'm curious if any of you have ever experienced numbness from here to here. Very bizarre. I think it's probably neck related because I did have my head down like this and it is still sore. And yes, I could have slept on it wrong, which did not help things. But so anyway, outside of that, season changes and stuff, fall always seemed to be the worst for me. Lethargic, headaches, air hunger. Just like in the spring, you get the air hunger a lot of times, kind of like Babesia people got. And I don't even think you need to have Babesia to have it because it is what it is. I mean, we pretty much have a lot of the same symptoms from all the co-infections and stuff. But so the other day I was feeling kind of run down because I had eaten some stuff, I think, that didn't go well with me, and I had an appointment with my therapist via Cam. And she's like, well, you haven't been able to sit still. I said, welcome to the world of Lyme when I don't feel good. She goes, can you get in a comfortable position and we can start doing tapping? Now, I had mentioned tapping before that a lot of times doctors and stuff talk about. I used to do it in the shop when I had them. You basically tap in your meridian points, things like this. A lot of times they do it with people that have migraines, things like that. You tap here and here, and like on the side of your hand, and then your thumbs, fingers. I always skip the ring finger. And it supposedly helps, but I'm like, well, I already know about tapping, and I'll be damned if I'm having neuropathy in my face and I'm going to start tapping on it. That's just, no. So I told her, I said, that's not going to work. She goes, what will work? I said, going to sleep. So I ended my session early. So outside of that, summer wasn't too bad. I got a lot done outside, flower beds, things like that. Knew when my time was up as far as being overheated. Let's face it, with the COVID, we had lots of time to do things like that. And now, I'm itchy right now. Sorry, guys. You know how that goes. Plus, my hair is all over my face. I redid this room in a couple weeks' time. Yes, I couldn't believe I did something. I was able to do something. It took a lot out of me. You know, my neck is still screwed up from it. But this room, I made it into like a glam room. Lots of sparkles and glitter and you name it. This used to be the room that I did like a lot of videos in on my other channel. But it was something, I thought it was nice of Mike to let me clear out a room and just have a room where I could do stuff for myself, which this is actually a room that I was going to be doing vlogging in with my friend, but with COVID and stuff and her being always sick with something, she's also a Limey, she hasn't been over here yet, so we haven't been doing that on our channel, because we also have a channel, but I did a lot of crafty stuff, which required a lot of neck work, so that could answer why my neck's not really great. Blinged out some candles, painted the whole entire room. Took a vase and made it blingy and just put mirrors on the stand. Threw that together. Redid this. This was all plain wood. Did some pictures, stenciling things and transfers on there and painted it. Did some vases, things like that. Actually made a couple pillows here. So, you know, I mean, it's not like your world has to totally end, but I always take advantage of times that I'm feeling good to get something accomplished. And let me tell you, this was an accomplishment for me. I mean, it was hard to do the painting and stuff like that, especially when you start getting up in the air because, let's face it, our balance is like zilch. But I ended up painting over the coffee table and actually made this funky little thing right here. This is actually made out of a mirror, obviously. And these are actually cupcake tinfoil. How cool is that? Painted some lamps over, added some boa feathers. Just did a bunch of crafty things. Like each day I would do a craft. I took and put some batting on this. This was an old footstool that we had out in the living room. It was brown. And just took and put some material on that. And bada bing, bada bang. Ended up having a glam room. It's nice to do vlogs in. You know, I can't complain here. Even made a tissue box. But I have another tissue box anyways. As you can see, alcohol unopened. More for looks or for people when they come over. We know that Lyme does not work with alcohol. I was never much of a drinker anyway. Painted some stands. Added some mirror. Had the mirror cut. Put them on there. What else did I do? Oh, this was an antique mirror that was here. It was gold, and I painted it silver, added some bling, put the transfer in there, added some bling inside of there. Just did some girly things. Made this. This lights up at the top, and it shines down, and then there's a light at the base that shines up. Redid that box that used to be gold, that little chest there. So, there are some positives when we feel good. So, outside of that, I hope everybody's doing well. As I always say, you know, prayers to all of you. It's a ride, that's for sure. And we'll see, you know, how things progress. Hopefully, they're not going to have this big, huge COVID thing scaring everybody and going on. I'm not sure what to make of it. I mean, I did have something that was like COVID, all the symptoms down to the nose thing and everything. But I think a lot of their stats and stuff, because we know a lot of people that have been in the hospital that have passed, and things being marked as being COVID for a reason for somebody passing. How are you going to get accurate results if somebody passes away from a heart attack and they try to say that it's COVID so they can get, the hospitals can get the money back? It's crazy. So, at any rate, I am yapping away here, guys. I hope you enjoyed my little zing of this room. And why did I just call that a zing? Is it the Lyme thing? I hope you enjoyed the tour of the room. Let me know down below, how do you feel in fall into winter? Let's face it, if we have flare-ups, they usually go for at least 4 months. 2 to 4 months, sometimes up to 6. Do you notice that fall seems to be the worst? Maybe even spring. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you all soon in the next video.